As you know, Isaiah Ryder is a UNLV living legend. He really is. What a player he was for the Rebels. I understand he was after that time when the Rebels won a national championship. It was a little after that with Isaiah. But he was one of the best athletes I've ever seen on a basketball court. I mean, the way he dunked the basketball was absurd.
He was the first player ever to dunk it between his legs.
Well, absurd.
Yeah, the first one.
His athleticism was and probably still is absurd. I know he's a little bit older now, but so I've seen J.R. Ryder at a few of the UNLV practices, particularly when Dave Rice was still coaching and helping out, still being around the program a little bit. Super nice guy, by the way. He had some issues. He's had some problems, J.R. Ryder, in the past, but had a nice little NBA career, made some money. So TMZ Sports had a chance to catch up with the UNLV legend, and he talked about this statue removal. Have a listen to this.
Yes, I'm proud. To answer the question, yes, I'm proud. I think it's the right thing to do personally without getting any feelings involved as far as what a visual will look like as a alumni at UNLV as far as what the Running Rebel, mascot meant and stuff like that. So for me, I'm proud. I think it was well done, on time, no need to delay, no need to think about it.
All right, so listen, that's J.R. Ryder. You have to, not that I don't respect the people's opinion of the Native American Student Association. I do respect their opinion. I don't agree with them. I don't necessarily agree with J.R. Ryder, but hey, listen, that goes a long way.
And what J.R. Ryder said in that interview also, he said when he was a student on campus, he was walking past the Hey Reb every day, never thought about it, never thought twice about it, and none of his teammates talked about it, didn't care, didn't think the campus was racist, didn't think the symbol was racist, didn't think anything of it. It's only now, years later, with everything that's going on, where he's changed his opinion and thinks it's a good thing.
Well, like I said, I think what J.R. Ryder says does go a long way. And listen, it's not that I don't understand, the horrible atrocities that have taken place with all forms of races, genders, you name it, Native Americans we're speaking about right now. So I sympathize with them. I just don't know if this was the right way to go about it. I think they did it for the wrong reasons, for the BLM movement and to appease people rather than doing it because they think it was the right thing to do. But we'll end this conversation on this, and I'll just say that, if they change the name of the UNLV Running Rebels to something else, I've had it.
Well, I think what's going on right now is you have a lot of people across the country that are now asking themselves, is this racist? Is this person racist? Is this thing racist? And then they're trying to find a way, a very weak chain of events or a very weak chain of logic to apply racism to a situation that they ask themselves about. And the problem with that is now once you're deemed racist or you're perceived racist, there's this thing called cancel culture. And cancel culture means that if you're perceived racist, you can't have a job, you can't run a business, you can't be commemorated in public in any capacity whatsoever. And I'm not sticking up for the Confederate stuff. The Confederation was around for 5 years. It wasn't, it's not our founding fathers. It's not George Washington. It's not Thomas Jefferson. It's not Mount Rushmore. It was they lost that war. They supported slavery. I have no problem with changing the names of the military bases from those Confederate names. But this is taking it to the next level. And what BLM has done, you're right. They have emboldened anyone in the United States who is offended by whatever it is to act out on it and to make a huge deal about it.
Change your mind on the names of the buildings?
Honestly, I have. Because the Confederation, the Confederacy was 5 years. It wasn't 200 years.
You agree with me now on that issue.
I agree with changing. I have no problem with changing the names of the Confederate bases from the Confederate General Base. I have no problem with that. Now, Barack Obama had that opportunity and didn't take it. Just like he didn't turn Juneteenth into a federal holiday. But I have a major problem with the founding fathers of the United States, like George Washington or anything associated with them being changed.
So let's move on now because there's a lot of racism in racist issues.
Right now, everything can be perceived as racist.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
And once it's perceived as racist, then it needs to be eliminated. That's the thought process.